very quick video. It is Saturday night, about 8:30. I am just on my 5th hexagon. So we're getting there. And of course, every time I do a pattern repeat, I cast off stitches. So it's getting smaller and therefore quicker to knit. So I've had a very productive day. I spent the morning in Big Moose having some coffee and some brunch. I sat there, pop a little picture here. Sat there for a few hours, whiling away the day with my knitting. So in terms of just a quick video blog, really, it's just to sort of share the update. It's Saturday night and we're on the 5th repeat. So with a strong wind, we might get finished tomorrow. Who knows? I've got Monday off, so if it's not finished tomorrow, it'll be finished Monday. But I just thought I'd pop along and share my progress. Loving the pattern. I have no idea how this is going to be turned into a shawl. And there are people in the Ravelry group, I've only had one gin, that have finished already. There was one lady that finished late last night. Like, that's some speedy knitting. I think she was from Iceland, she said in the comments. So, like, I know they're practically born with needles in their hand, the Icelandic. Same as the Norwegian, the Swedish, all of the Danes, the Scandinavians. They are just, like, super knitters. But I was just like, how have you finished? But I'm not, you know, it's not a race. As long as I get done by next Friday, we'll be fine. So let's see when I get to finish. Good night, everyone. Another end of day check-in video. End of Sunday, and I have just finished the 7th pattern repeat. So we've got 3 hexagons, honeycombs in this repeat. So I've just got 2 and then 1 just to finish it off. We've had a really lazy day. I've done a little bit of knitting. My hand is so much better. But I'm not going to overdo it. I know I will get that finished in the morning, Monday morning. I'll be done then, well ahead of the Friday deadline. So I'll record a little bit of footage tomorrow when I've finished. We've got a guest staying with us this evening, even in lockdown. I'll pop a little video in a moment. So yeah, end of Sunday, great progress made, nearly finished. I could push on, but you know, another half an hour and it'll probably be done. But I don't want to. I'm going to watch a bit of telly with Mark and I'm going to finish it in the morning with a cup of tea. So have a good evening.
You're the banner with the white horse in.
Someone sent us this. I got it out of a deleted email. The subject line was, you owe me 40 grand.
She's also running out of time.
Monday, and we've finished. So yes, after last night, I could have done another half hour. I didn't. Watch some telly, and then I've had a little cup of tea this morning, and I've finished, and I've sewn all of my ends in. So this is the finished part of week 1. Oh, if we maybe hold it that way so you can see. So we've got this lovely honeycomb geometric style triangle. We've done we finished this top section, this top honeycomb, then we cast off across, and then we did a little bit of Kitchener stitch just to graft the end. So you can't really tell which side is which. The I-cord edge that we have here carries on and just rolls straight into the top edge. So I love a bit of Kitchener stitch for grafting. Gives you that invisible seam, which is fantastic. So there we go. Week 1 in the can. I I think I did take my foot off the pedal. I was all, right, we're ready to go. And then when I realised that week one was definitely doable by the end of the weekend, I didn't really do much yesterday. I did a few honeycombs yesterday evening, as you've just seen, and then finished it today. So I think if it was a lot of work, I probably would have spent a little bit more time knitting. But I really enjoyed this as a pattern. Very easy to memorize, so you don't have to keep looking back and forth to refer to where you are. It's easy to repeat. So I think I took my time and I enjoyed it a little bit more. There's a technique that Stephen recommends to weave in the ends as you go. Weaving Stephen. I think in the next bit of the video, which I'm going to show you now, I call it Stephen weaving, and then weaving Stephen, I remember. It was early when I recorded it, but I'm just going to insert that footage now. I just thought I'd show a little bit of footage of how I've been joining my colours in all throughout the project. So Stephen calls this his Stephen weaving, or weaving Stephen. I think it's weaving Stephen. But basically you weave it as you weave your end in as you're going. So it's a bit awkward, I'm in front of the camera, but I've just reached the point where I'm going to put my new colour in. And then we bring the new colour, leaving a nice long tail, and then knit the first stitch. And then from the second stitch onwards, I've been doing it, take the tail and wrap it over the top of the working yarn, knit that stitch. Take the tail, bring it over the top, knit the stitch. And then we just repeat that. And as you're knitting, and Stephen says to do it 8 to 10 stitches, this is a 13 stitch repeat. So I've typically been doing it for 12 stitches. I like a bit of consistency. So I've been doing it for 12 stitches and then knitting the 13th as a normal stitch before I do the next slip. But if I just get to the end then, I can show you what I've been doing and how it looks. It will save a job, because let's be fair, who enjoys weaving in ends? Certainly not me. Okay, and then one more. Okay, and then I would knit the last stitch and then carry on with the pattern. So slip and then knit. Let me just get to the end of this row and then I will show you what it looks like. And I thought I'd wait until now to show you how I've been doing it, because it's a little bit easier to manage on camera. Now we only have a few stitches to go. So final 3, slip, 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 and then slip with yarn in front. Okay, so that's it. Our new colour is now joined in. And what you can see here is this is the tail from where I weaved the green in. Just give them a little tug and that'll tighten up now as we get back. Let's show you on this one, for example. So here you can see this is where I've joined in contrast colour 1. And here where I've joined in contrast colour 3. And we have these little ends. So Stephen now just says to snip those off. Because effectively all you're doing when you sew your tails in is some people will go along the back of a stitch, like we've just created by crossing the tail over. Some people will go up and down into the back of the stitches. So as long as the tail is in and it's nice and secure, I think that's all you need to do. So you can clearly see that the tails are sewn in and we have the same down here, and every time I've done that, so these tails can now just be snipped easily off, and it saves me a job. I didn't do these ones. He did say that you could do, so this is where I then finished this honeycomb section. I break the yarn and then continue in main colour. He did say that you could do that up here, but I wasn't too keen on the bulkiness of having to put both the tails through the same piece of yarn. So I'm just going to sew those in traditionally, because I can do one up there and one straight across so that it's a bit thinner. So I'm adapting Stephen's technique, but I've been doing this as I'm going. I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 tails rather than 24, if my maths are correct. Yeah, it's probably double, isn't it? So it will save me a lot of time. So I just thought I would share that technique with you. I think that's a really interesting way of sewing ends in as we're going. Great little tip, and I'll be using that again on other projects. A few people asked to see what the back looks like. So of course you've just got the back of the purl bump. So we've got a simple stocking stitch, nice and flat, and then you've just got the back with the purl bumps. And of course then you've got the reverse. So where you have this lovely dark, almost 3D honeycomb effect that frames each of the honeycombs. On the back, you then have a flat stocking stitch, because effectively this is the purl bump. So this is the reverse of this. So here you have the purl bumps and then you have the flat stocking stitch. So it needs to be blocked, but if I stretch it out slightly, you can make out the reverse indentations on the honeycomb. And that's it. Week 1 clue complete. This is a very short video. It won't be very long at all when I edit the little bits of the footage together. So I'm going to get that up Monday afternoon, Monday tea time, another Vlogtober episode. And then, of course, we wait for Friday. So let's see what Friday's clue brings. We all know what we don't want to appear. Brioche. But who knows what we're going to get. So I will leave you with this. I love how the colours are interacting together. It's a little bit grey and overcast here, so it's not quite as vibrant on camera as it is in real life. Certainly this teal is a lot brighter. But there we are, week 1 finished. And there we go. Thank you very much for joining me. And until we speak again, happy crafting.